Director Fred Sowell brings us Alien Invasion, also known as Alien Awakening. I wonder if they've changed it to Alien Invasion because of the Alien franchise. But here you go, it is Alien Invasion. And this is produced by the recognisable name you'll know from this channel, Scott Jeffrey, along with Rebecca Matthews, who are, of course, responsible for many B-movies that we've reviewed here. Probably most notable, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And this one stars Scott Jeffrey regulars, Sarah T. Cohen, May Kelly, Amber Doig-Thorne. So it is clearly influenced by Alien and the Alien kind of franchise. It's one of these things that you kind of would have heard during the kind of the heyday of the Alien franchise. Or what if the aliens kind of got to Earth and stuff like this? And this is kind of a movie that tries to, you know, show us this kind of thing, albeit on a very small scale, and unofficially, of course. So we have this kind of group of friends celebrating a birthday in the suburbs, and the birthday girl, played by Sarah T. Cohen, her neighbour has got a swimming pool, so they break into this person's house and have a swim, and then actually go into the actual building and discover that this guy who lives there has somehow got this alien egg, which of course they fiddle with, and then this alien comes out and they decide not to call the police because they might get in trouble, and this alien goes on a killing spree. That's your kind of your basic kind of setup. So what do we think that works? Okay. Now, this is a low-budget British movie. I mean, we're talking very, very low budget here. I do think the actual alien was better than I expected. It very much looks like a Xenomorph, I'll be honest. And they've done it with both a practical suit and CGI. Now, the CGI in the suit don't look like the same creature, I have to say. The CGI, you know, it is cheap. It looks like CGI, but it's not as bad as I would, you know, have thought, to be honest with you. I actually did think there's a couple of sequences here with the CGI. It's actually fairly impressive for the kind of the budget that we're talking about here. Maybe I've been watching too many low-budget movies and this kind of thing impresses me now. But I have to say, for such a low-budget film, I mean, these low-budget Scott Jeffrey produced films, you know, they're budgeted around, you know, a few £1,000s. It's not big money. So I thought the Alien CGI, again, you know, let's kind of have an asterisk there, but I thought it was alright. And even the Alien suits, I mean, it's very much like a Xenomorph, as I've said. In certain shots, I think, albeit it looks like a rip-off, but it still looks alright. There are a few shots though where you can clearly see it's just a guy wearing a morph suit with kind of like chest pieces and head pieces on, things like that. But yeah, it was, in some shots I think it looked okay. There's actually the best scene in this movie, and I would suggest that this company leans more into this kind of thing. There's a fist fight between an alien Xenomorph and a priest. And I thought that was brilliant. You know, I thought that was fun. It was B-movie schlock, and they should lean more into the kind of the silliness, the campiness, the things you're not going to see lots of, because that was a fantastic sequence, I have to say. And, you know, on a technical level, they produce so many films, you know, this kind of production company. They might not be flashy, but they're competently kind of put together in regards to its technical aspects. Although there was a little bit weird audio, I have to say. Sometimes it was quiet, sometimes it was high, even with this voice, you know. But yeah, it's reasonably put together in a kind of a cinematography, you know, camera placement, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's talk about what didn't work with this film. Now, this is going to be true of many of these low budget kind of Scott Jeffrey produced, but not just his stuff. There tends to be a lot of this. I find that there's a tendency to try and take this stuff a little bit too seriously. If you don't have a huge budget, you can kind of lean into the silliness, and yeah, it's a different audience maybe, but I think it certainly would give a film like this more of a flavour. I've mentioned the scene with the kind of the priest fist fighting the alien. I mean, that was like, as I said, you've never seen that before. Let's have more of that. Let's not just have, oh, it's a generic group of girls being chased around the same large house by a insert kind of different monster here. It's the same thing they do in every bloody film that this company produces, including Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. You know, we have their stable of kind of actors that this company kind of uses, will swap out a few faces, and yeah, they'll be running around this kind of house and something will be chasing them. And they won't call the police because of reasons. And I mean, let's be honest, I mean, the whole setup is ridiculous. And again, this is why you'd lean into the silliness of it. This guy, that the next door neighbour just is out and he's got this alien egg that he's managed to get somehow, and it's just in like a display case. And we meant to believe he's got this advanced security system where they can't get out, but they can get in easy enough. No security cameras, no alarms on the case. No, you know, don't think too much about it, basically. So yeah, it's a really silly premise, to be honest. It's very, very stupid, but it takes itself seriously. So, you know, it's a little bit of an impart in regards to that kind of thing, I would suggest. The acting, it's a mixed bag. It's one of these, knowing what these films are like, this how they get produced, it's like one take and done. You know, it's kind of, they're made very quickly, or you get a couple of takes at least. So, you know, the actors are kind of like, I'll do, you know, there's not really a huge amount of emphasis to kind of give great performances. It's all about getting these kind of movies done quickly and out the door as soon as you possibly can. So the acting, I would say, is competent in some places and less so in others. The dialogue is as trite and as silly as you'd probably expect, and you know, and unconvincing. But there are elements here where I feel like these actors know each other because they've been in so many films together. You do get a sense at least they're friends sometimes, I would say. So, should you watch this film? I mean, I have to be honest with you. I mean, it's a watchable kind of time waster. I've seen worse. There's nothing really kind of that stands out about it outside of that one kind of sequence, but I don't know if it's worth watching the whole movie just because of that. Like I've said, it's a cheap film that is a clear Alien rip-off. Some people get kind of a bit defensive if they see something being clearly ripped off, but this is a company known for doing mockbusters to a degree. I didn't think it was a good film in any reasonable kind of sense, but I've seen a lot worse than this. I'll give this one a 4 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.